Today we're bringing back the charm of grandmacore with a fun DIY twist on the classic country goose decor. Think cozy kitchens, vintage vibes, and a little bit of that nostalgic 80s charm, perfect for spring. Welcome to the Chic Show. Today's playlist is hosted by At Home with Gigi and Rustic and Lace DIY. For this project, I'm using this heart from Dollar General and this picture that I printed out on my computer. I did design this on Canva, and now I'm just going to be using the wet tear method, so a wet paint brush, and paint it into or around the shape that you want it, and then just tear the paper back. This paper was actually thick enough that I did not really need to paint the background white, so I am going to try to make it blend in with the background on the paper that I printed out. So I'm using some Waverly chalk paint in Night Sky, and I'm not worried about getting it completely covered because I'm going to be mixing some other paints to blend in with that background. So I gave it another couple of coats of that Night Sky. Now I'm going back while the paint is still wet with Waverly chalk paint in Dusk. And I'm just kind of dabbing that around. There's a bit of orange in the background as well, so I'll use some Waverly chalk paint in Pumpkin. There was also a little bit of a brighter blue color, so I had some acrylic paints that looked like it was closer to the color of the bows on the geese, so I'm just going to be dabbing that around as well. This little wood cutout is from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to coat the whole front with just some white chalk paint, and then I will add some other color. The L, V, and E are going to get a coat of light blue paint, and this is acrylic paint, I'm not sure what color. I'll decoupage my geese onto the heart using Mod Podge. Once I get the geese on there, I'll go ahead and give it another coat of Mod Podge on top of the paper. Once everything is dry, I'll add my little love word to this little cutout on the side. This sign is from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be separating both parts and then pulling away the paper on the bottom part. The wood round that was on the front, I'm just going to flip over and use the back. So the back part, I'm going to paint with Waverly chalk paint in plaster, and I'm just painting the top handle part and around the edges. The wood round part will get several coats of Waverly chalk paint in Dusk. Once I got this coat of paint on, I decided that it needed to be a little bit lighter, so I chose an acrylic color and repainted it. The country look from the 80s was definitely rustic, so I'm going to sand around the edges of the wood round as well as the backing or the cutting board part. I had this stamp from IOD. It's from the Wreath Maker stamp set, and I'm going to be stamping on white ink on the bottom. I decided to add some small white polka dots onto the background. This was very common in this kind of decor style. I used some yellow paint just to dot onto the little berry part on the area that I stamped. I added hot glue to the wood round and then placed it down onto the cutting board and set it aside with some books on top until the glue had set. This, of course, was after the ink and paint had dried. Now, I used my Cricut to cut out some geese. You could probably freehand them if you wanted to, but I used my machine to cut them out. Once I get them on here, I'm going to color their beak and their feet and add an eye. I also added a wing to each of these. I used a pencil first and then went over it with a Sharpie. I had some blue velvet ribbon that I added to the top, and then I added a velvet bow as well. A cutting board like this would have hung in a kitchen where there was lots of cooking and grease in the air. So I'm going to use a little bit of dark wax, and I am going to dirty this baby up just a little bit. I'll pull back some of that wax with a dry paper towel. Once I add my velvet ribbon and my bow, this little grandmacore piece is finished. Little piece is either from Dollar Tree or Dollar General, I don't remember, but I printed off this geese paper as well, and again I made this on Canva. And I'm going to give the entire rolling pin a coat of white chalk paint. I believe this is Waverly chalk paint in plaster. I've chosen a light blue paint that matches the paper, and I am going to paint the handles of the rolling pin with this. I didn't make my image quite large enough, so I did print two of them so that I could piece it together. So I have cut it where I want it so that I can make the geese fit together, and I'm just using some Mod Podge, it doesn't matter what kind, to adhere this on, and I am overlapping it just a bit. I'm using the iron-on method, and for this you need to let your Mod Podge dry before you place your paper down, and then place some kind of a barrier. I'm using Teflon sheet. You can use any kind of piece of paper or parchment paper or even a piece of cloth if you want to, just to protect your surface and protect your iron. Once this is completely adhered down, I'll let it cool, and I'll go back and sand off the excess paper. Used my finger sander to sand away the excess paper, but I did use my electric sander, rotary sander, to sand around the edges and along the handles just to make it look a little more rustic. And then I'm going to add this beautiful silk bow just for some added country charm. All of the images I'm using today I did design on Canva. So this piece is from Dollar General. I have used some painter's tape to tape off lines so that I can paint on some stripes. I wasn't thinking when I did this I should have painted the entire thing white first because I am going to add some white stripes as well. So I made it harder on myself. But once I got those painted and they were dry, I went back and added my painter's tape back on and finished with the white paint. Now I'm using a stamp from IOD stamp set Flora and Vine, and using blue ink I'll stamp onto the white stripes. Originally, I wanted to use one of these stencils, but I did decide against that. I painted the back of my geese white, and then I added some Mod Podge and I let that all dry. Again, I am using the iron-on method for this Mod Podge. Once again, I decided to use some dark wax and dirty this up a little bit. It was a little too dirty, so I did go back and use some clear wax to try and pull a lot of that back. Then I still needed something at the top, so I printed out a blue bow and I added that to the top. A little more dark wax just to blend that bow in with the rest of the piece, and this completes the look. I found this piece already stained and everything at the Goodwill bins, and I thought these geese would be perfect on the front. So I'm going to be adding some Mod Podge, and I'm just going to paint that on with the fan brush, and then I'm going to let that dry, and again using the iron-on method and my Teflon. I added a sealer to the top of the paper and then also added some dark wax. I combined these two milk paints to make the color that I wanted for this next project. This house, I believe I thrifted, but it looks like a Target thing. So I'm going to paint just the roof line with this paint. I was hoping to get some crackling and chipping on this. I did get a little bit. I don't have a lot of success with milk paint crackling like it does for everybody else, but that's okay. I added 2 coats and then I used my heat gun to try to speed up that crackling process. I went back with my finger sander and I just tried to chip away at some more of that paint in places along the edges and any places that it was already kind of crackling. Then when I got it like I wanted it, I did seal that in so that it wouldn't continue to crack and just all fall off. This is a little heart I had in my stash. I believe it's from Dollar Tree, and I'm using the Waverly chalk paint, and I believe it's Pink Sky. And I'm going to paint that. It's a nice peachy pink color, which will go perfectly with our theme. While this piece doesn't have any geese on it, this little stamp does fit in nicely, and when I add the heart on top of it, it gives you that whole country geese vibe. As I glued the little heart on, I did go back with a little bit of dark wax just on the roof. Actually, this is Waverly's Antique Wax. I hope you enjoyed this grandmacore country goose DIY and feel inspired to add a little vintage charm to your home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, are you team grandmacore or cottagecore? Be sure and check out our host channels in the description box below along with the playlist. And if you're looking for another video to watch, I recommend this one right here. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to share the chic. Bye now.